Welcome in to Bullshit Pretend Friends Fantasy Basketball Podcast. We are back after a week off.
Yes.
End of the year. I got Bergs with me still.
Smiling? I don't fake smile, bro. So I'm smiling.
You're pretty. Yeah. Well done. I'll
That
raise
was
a beer.
I'm not gonna
Cheers,
lie,
man.
mate. That was a matchup for the ages. That was worthy of a final. That matchup.
Yeah,
It was
look.
insane.
Look, I would encourage everyone to go and actually sort the weekly stats and just have a look at how fucking stupid it is that I have lost 7-2.
Yeah, no,
Like,
7-2 at all.
like I think Matt and Serge might be the only other matchup that where both people tried for the whole week. I would have beaten both of them.
Yeah.
So like I'm genuinely feeling slighted.
Just ran into a juggernaut, mate. Hey? My team healthy. What a surprise. It actually plays well.
Oh yeah,
Look,
mine wasn't. Fucking hell.
Look, last week set it up. I was like 60% field goal after 3 days. And from then on, it was pretty much, I just had to try and control it. So I made maybe a lot easier. I still was stressed. I was stressed all week. Like, I know you gave up last night, but I was still worried. I knew that the players you had today compared to mine. And then a few things went my way today, obviously.
I mean, I kind of, to be honest, like, didn't pay much attention all that last week. And then we've come out of the All-Star break. And
it was on.
It was fucked. I've kind of just like assessed where we were at, and I've been looking back through some of your past games and being like, when Gordon Hayward has played his 4 best games of the year.
Fucking no, by a mile. We were talking about this yesterday with Crouch. He's like, make sure you rip into Gordon about Hayward playing his best week for the whole year.
he had fucking like 3 games of scoring 20 points this season before this week. And now he has like 8.
Yeah, he had 3 of the 4 he scored over 20 this week.
And like 2 of those 3 games before this week were in October.
Well, don't hate on him, man. Right? He only scored 90 points in 4 games, mate. It's not that many.
This is just a continued tradition of Gordon Hayward fucking me.
Look, I'm a fan. I'm so like Gordon Hayward for me was like Crouch was like, why do you even want him? I was like, look, I wanted Portis, but I figured if I could try and get Hayward too and just have him there as backup, and then I had to kind of play him because I had some injuries, like little ones.
You did not have injuries. Fuck off.
Portis didn't play last. I wanted to play Portis, and then a couple of players missed. No, there's a couple of players that missed one game, like nothing crazy. But I just thought, I'll play Hayward, and then he produced 3 pretty solid games, and then one of them was not great, but it was still good because he's shot 6 of 10, right? So. But
yeah, look, well done. Fuck you.
It was more like that. My lowest field goal for the week was Vucevic on 44%, and everyone else was like over 49, which is like insane for my team. and that's like I didn't even play like Clay with his 12 threes yesterday or any of that shit either. Like, yeah, insane. Insane, bro.
We just had some technical difficulties there.
I'll you with your arms up for about 10 seconds.
Yeah. Hold on.
Shut down most of my shit, so it shouldn't be me.
It is raining here on the Apple Isle, so maybe it's maybe Scott Morrison's NBN can't handle a little bit of moisture.
Oh, we know it can't handle fucking anything. Can't handle fucking nothing.
All right. So I'm not sure where you.
Look, I just want to let you know that Sabonis went 20 of 20 in free throw this week as well.
What the fuck? Honestly.
Well, yeah.
Well done.
Hey, Brunson missed 7, mate. What are you on about? He gave you a chance. Look, I have been told to give a shit about Keldon Johnson because he probably cost you turnovers. He probably cost you free throw. Probably cost you field goal.
He definitely didn't cost me he definitely didn't cost me free throw.
Yeah, he missed 8. That's the difference. I checked it.
That's the difference.
That's the difference, bro.
Well, I didn't want to play him against you. He was not. I didn't collect him for this matchup, and then I had Shea out and Van Vliet out.
The first time this year.
Fuck off.
So it would have mattered because it was brought up in the Banner Club chat, and I wanted to check it. And I was like, nah, it was only one stat really, but it turned out to be 3 categories. Look, field goal, yeah, definitely cost you that.
Garland had a bad week.
Yeah, look, Garland.
You could easily just say that Garland cost me those things as well.
No, we still shot at 53%. That's above average, mate. What about? He was definitely low on assists, definitely low on rebounds. I'll definitely give you that, but you want rebounds anyway. Is he a 3 turnover player? I don't even know. Is he that bad usually?
Garland is normally a pretty efficient.
He's 2.9. That was pretty normal.
It's more the 20 assists in 4 games is putrid.
Yeah. To lose assists to me here, I wasn't really going for them. I only went from after I had a couple of good days.
Van Vliet missing his 2 games post break. You can't stream assists off the wire. There's no way to get them. What?
Thanks, Buddha, for trading Van Vliet. Thanks, Shaky, for trading him Keldon. Buddha did say about, he did offer you Joker for your first back the other week. Can't believe you didn't take it. I finally got it out of him that he cared about your first too. Like trying to play this whole doesn't give a fuck about your first round pick for the last month.
He's actively said in the chat many times that he cares about you beating me.
He was congratulating me yesterday.
Like, fuck off.
With love in his eyes. Love I haven't seen for a long time from him.
That's just because he was at a wedding.
Yeah, he's probably a few beers deep too. He was looking nice and chubby in his suit.
He always looks chubby. So, at halftime of the Spurs game today, to beat you from Olenek, Keldon Johnson, and Zach Collins, I needed to maintain my field goal, which was at that point beating you with about 52.5%. Yeah. And I needed 9 assists and 5 steals.
Yeah.
The game is now finished, and you've won field goal by 8%.
Yeah, by
so I dropped 9.
Keldon went 4 of 14 in the second half, pretty much.
And you won assists by 8 and steals by 4. So I got nothing. I did not get a single stat that I required in half of basketball.
Zach Collins had foul trouble, so he was unlucky. By the way, he ended up getting 6 fouls.
I hope Zach Collins dies in a pretty fire.
Look, the positive for you out of the day is yourself, the keeper, got a nice big 18-20 for you, mate. 18 points and 20 rebounds.
Yes, the future MVP, Mark Williams. Call me, Baker.
Obviously, Memphis and Denver have been a blowout. Obviously, you saved me as well with Joker only getting 3 assists. But so look, I knew that you were still in it, mate, and you tried to play it off last night. But little bit of luck today. You needed luck, and you didn't get it.
I needed Van Vliet to play. I needed Shea to play yesterday.
He needed the rest, mate. He's been playing too many minutes. Old Shea.
Having my 2 best steals guys miss and 2 best free throw volume guys miss is like, pretty. Oh well. Look, well done, man.
No, it's great to be honest. Like, it couldn't happen on a better week. We don't make playoffs very often, right? So it was a big matchup.
Yeah. And you got
I got Richo
this week. Yeah, you got Richo. So congratulations on your week 1 victory. Good luck in week 2.
I can't beat Richo, so don't say that.
Good luck in week 2 against. I assume Matt will choose you to play against. So good luck in week 2 against Matt.
He reckons he doesn't know. He reckons he doesn't know who he's going to pick out of the 4. Whoever wins, out of the 2. Sorry, whoever wins.
Okay. So he said that to you because he's being polite, but he's absolutely going to choose you.
Yeah, I hope so.
Unless like a big injury pops up. Unless Aaron beats James or Baker. Unless Aaron beats Simo and there's more injuries around, he'll probably pick you. So good luck against Matt, and congratulations on beating Matt in week 2, and good luck in the final.
You're getting ahead of yourself, mate. I've got to get past Richo, who I can't beat first. All right.
Richo.
Look, I'll be honest, and no disrespect to Richo, but he's probably the weakest guy in the top 6 because of Zion being out.
Well, yeah, Zion being out and Ben Simmons
shit.
being a specialist foul trouble.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
He's the new Thibault. Fouls per minute. He's number 1.
Well, he does have Thibault, though, who is now an official starter, averaging 15 steals and 12 blocks a night. We all know what Richo's going to go for. I've just got to try and beat him in the ones that I can win. Pretty simple shit. Yep.
Looking forward to it. It would be fantastic for me to get a playoff win against Richo. It would be great.
I think a playoff win in general would be good. Good start.
But I've never beaten Richo in a playoff, so that's one of my goals in life. Richo and Buddha. I've lost to Shaky in a playoff game, so I'll never let that one down. Who I can't remember who I beat in the playoffs that year, but
no, neither. I guess this is I'm tired of hearing you talk about who you have and haven't beaten in your 2 playoff appearances. So commiserations to Matt, who will be looking for a new job as of tomorrow.
Yes. I've missed that. Whatever's happened there.
So the Adelaide law community, I assume, is pretty tight, and now his place of business is going to find out that he is a Nazi.
Oh, yes.
I guess he's got, Matt, you've got about until whatever time games start tomorrow to kick someone out of the playoffs and put me in instead. I don't care what your reason is. Just it can be Bergs, it could be Aaron.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. It can be Bergs, it can be Aaron, it can be yourself. I don't care who. Just make a decision. Otherwise, that picture that Aaron so politely altered as well to put the Hitler moustache on. Chef's kiss, Aaron. I know you don't listen, but chef's kiss there.
Yeah.
So that will be getting sent to your employer via both traditional snail mail and email. Let's say you've got until 9. What time? The games start at 11 tomorrow. What time the first game tomorrow?
Is it early game?
They must be. Yeah, 7:30. 5 a.m.
Yeah.
We've got 5 a.m. games. Set your lineups. First day of playoffs. You've got 4:30 a.m. games and playoffs.
Playoffs.
4:30 a.m. Adelaide time. 5 a.m. for us here on the correct coast.
Can't wait.
You
see me in that email? That's fine.
Absolutely. I'll BCC. You don't need to see that. So, Matt, you've got until 4:30 a.m. tomorrow to rectify your indiscretion. Otherwise, I'm afraid your in place of employment is going to be aware of your opinion on Jewish people.
He hates the Jews. It's not very nice, mate.
Well, you just had to be more subtle. Just don't let yourself get photographed.
Consistently showing his white privilege, you know?
Which is odd for a man with such a large, massive schnoz.
Yeah.
To be hating on the Jews.
Nice. Not very nice. Look, just quickly, we'll go through the rest of the results, even though they mean nothing. So
Are we gonna bother?
No, I just want to go through it because there was a bet on this week between Buddha and Shaky. So Shaky and Buddha have won us a carton. Shaky obviously won that match. So Buddha, thanks for the carton for the group. Richo lost to Strobel. Obviously Aaron ended up beating Simo 5-3. And Crouch managed to beat the Buy 5-4, even though the Buy had 2 less games. Played 4 short. Wouldn't have mattered, I don't think. We went through that before. So, even Crouch, who decimated his team, can still beat Baker without even really trying. Says a lot of that. Let's get stuck into this. We've officially gotten the first winless regular season. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
So I've had a single win regular season twice. Shout out to Richo.
I think I had a 3-win once. That was my worst.
3 is nowhere near as bad as 1, and you never got to the very last week of. I got to the last week of the season winless, and then shout out Richo.
Is that both?
No. Because last year was the other one.
Oh yeah.
I had a win at like week 8 or some shit. Something random. I think it was against Marcus.
He's finished 5 games behind Buddha. 5 wins behind Buddha.
Yeah.
Winning 54 categories for the year.
So wow, that's shit. So
3 categories a game, by the way.
Both times I did that, I avoided the Beast Bowl.
Can you see Baker doing the same?
Well, Baker doesn't want to.
Well,
so
no, it would be his best interest to just keep losing, right?
I mean, sure.
We did have some good discussions yesterday about some of this stuff, and I think there's going to be some new stuff to vote on next year.
As you do at a close dear friend and brother's wedding, you talk about your fantasy basketball league.
We talked a lot about fantasy basketball actually yesterday, so I think that's a great place to talk about it. But it was more of the lines of what they're going to do with. There's going to be a vote on only the bottom 2 getting. They get the choice, I think, like first choice, second choice, and then the rest just get random.
The system is perfect. We do not need to change it at all.
I don't think it's. I like the Beast Bowl participants getting to pick whatever, and pick their horses. So whoever wins the Beast Bowl or loses the Beast Bowl, but wins the Beast Bowl, if that makes sense, gets first pick. 11th gets second pick, and then the rest just get randoms. I'm actually okay with that. I think I'll vote for that. That was Crouch who said that. And also there'll be something else to vote on with Crouch saying no more waiver wire pickups during the week. He wants to bring the and he said, and this was probably the big one out of it, if that vote goes through, he will keep Fantrax. He will vote to keep Fantrax. So that's going to be a selling point with that one, I think. But I don't mind that. We've got 3 IR spots. We've got 5 players on the bench. You shouldn't really have to pick up streamers every day. There really isn't. Like, you've got what is it, 17 players or 16 players? 17 spots.
What about when injuries happen and like the schedule says no, you don't have players
that's playing. That's something we'll yell about next year, I guess.
That's a terrible idea and a backward step. If anything, we should just be removing the games cap. Not that I'm advocating for that, but I would rather that than what you've just suggested.
Yeah, look, I don't like removing the game cap. I play in a league where there's no games cap, and it's terrible. So much worse.
It just means you have to be more active. I'm not saying that I would want that, but I'm saying I would rather remove the games cap than remove the ability to stream.
It'll be an interesting yelling session next year.
It increases the value of draft picks. And it just rewards people who don't check it on a regular basis.
Yes. Well, the negative of Crouch's idea is that there's less people dropped to waiver wire, less people getting moved, and less chances to use your bidding points, which is fair enough too. Also, I'm going to be, midweek trades will obviously be a big thing to talk about next year as well.
That 100% has to come in. Zero minutes of processing, just automatically trades are accepted, and they happen at the end of the
so look, I think it was 24 hours most people want to chance to veto, 24 hours, whatever, that's fine with me. But you stick to that 24 hours. So the only thing it will take away is the Sunday night trades, because it won't take it away, you just won't have them for the first day. If that makes sense. So then so it's just 24 hours once the trade's accepted, and then it goes through. Like that's the idea that I'm getting from a lot of people I've spoken to about it, which I think is fine.
I would say, because the 24-hour is like we need time to veto, but most trades are not being vetoed. So there's no reason why 99% of trades can't be processed at the end. If games have started, then they process at the end of that day.
Yeah, end of the day.
If the game, or at the end of the last game, if games haven't started, they can get processed instantly.
Yeah.
And basically, if there is a reason to veto, then we put that trade. You got 48 hours, 24. Pick a time to veto,
So
and then
does only one veto trigger that, or does more than one veto trigger that?
One veto, one legitimate veto.
Yeah, look, and yet to veto, you got to give a reason. Like we've got to go back to giving a reason to veto.
Puts a hold on the trade for
because
what's that period? 48 hours.
It's been proven over 8 years we don't veto for no reason, right? We are a very trade-friendly league, I believe, compared to
unless I'm involved.
No, unless Richo's involved, he's at the most.
Crouch would like Julius Randle, I believe.
But I think I like midweek trades. It should happen. Look, it'd be good. There's just some good stuff. Like we can talk about this stuff because the minor round's finished. We get into the serious business now of playoffs and play-offs. But I just wanted to mention those things why we spoke about them yesterday. Hopefully get some chatter in the chat, the people that actually listen, and they can have their fucking say on it. But look, there's some good changes, man. That can happen.
So games have all finished.
Yeah, we're finally finished. We've got the final standings.
Can we preview? The
matchups,
the final playoffs, the matchups.
Yeah. Let's just go through the standings quickly. So we've got Brain finishing top by half a game with 15 wins, 2 losses and a tie. Surge second with 15 and 3. Richo third, 11 wins, 5 losses, 2 draws. 11 and 7 for Simo. 10 and 8 for both Aaron and myself, but Aaron gets it on the tiebreak that he has over me by 1 category. Crouch ended up finishing 7th over Gordon, who finishes 8th. Strobel 9th, Shaky 10th, Butter 11th, and the worst team in our league history obviously finished 12th. So,
back up. Hold on, so just back up a sec. Oh, so you're telling me this is news to me. Baker finished 12th. I did not see that coming.
No, that was the surprise of the year. Baker finishing 12th. I thought
really was.
It pretty much went to script. That motherfucker went to script. Like, I don't think I said he would win the game. I think most people were trying to have that. So, match up for next week. What do you want to do? What, do you actually want to go through it properly and we're going to, do we even do tips? I don't remember. It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. We did do tips.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, I guess first of all, both of us are unclear about the way that the pleb-off matchups are going to work.
Yeah.
So we don't actually know who's playing who.
Look, I believe it's 7th versus 10th and 8th versus 9th, with 11th and 12th having the bye, and then after that, 11th and 11th. Is it who gets to pick who they play the week after, or is there no picking? That's right.
I don't know.
I think Brain said it yesterday, but I don't remember. I don't usually listen to when Brain talks, so.
No. And as a certified racist, as I have proven, no one does listen to when Matt talks.
But I'm pretty sure it's 7th, 10th, and 8th, 9th. I'm pretty sure it will be exactly the same as the playoffs, which is 3rd, 6th, 4th, 5th. There'll be that. It won't be 7th and 8th versus 9th and 10th. I don't think it is. I don't see why it should be that.
I believe when we said we're mirroring the playoffs, so it'll be 7th versus 10th, 8th versus 9th, 11th and 12th having the week off.
We could go Crouch versus Shaky, you versus Strobe. Now that there is a playoff matchup. I look forward to the banter during the week for that one. Been a bit spicy between you two this year in the chat.
I assure you there will be no banter.
There fucking better be banter. What the fuck you want about?
There will be no banter, and for those of you that can't see, which is everyone, I'm doing the Jedi hand wave because I'm simply not going to pay attention at all to anything said about that matchup. I do not give a fuck. I expect to win.
Obviously now talking about the playoffs, I think we've got to talk about this. Because there's one team in particular who I believe is going to have to do some shady shit to make the Beast Bowl. You got any guesses who that is?
Baker. couldn't possibly see him making the beast bowl through traditional
So
means.
you're just trying to be nice, so I'm making me say it, you asshole. So
Yeah, I'm absolutely making you say it.
Shaky, you are probably the second best team in the playoffs, mate. So you are going to be getting watched. So you've been thrashing your lips around today, talking about Baker and Richo and all the other blokes missing short games or whatever. The torch is going to be solely on you, mate, because you've been talking a big game all year about making this beast bowl, and I believe with all your players back, you are going to have to do some shady shit. So, you should have just kept quiet. You put a bit of a target on your back, I reckon. So just set your lineups properly, mate. No shady shit, and you should finish 7 for 8, like you meant to, which would be hilarious. Which would be hilarious, by the way.
I believe that Shaky is going to be relying on the fact that he feels that he can pick a better horse than Baker or Buddha.
He doesn't get to pick. He
does. He'll get to pick 3rd or whatever, 4th.
No, you don't get to pick. That's where people were confused. If you finish 12th and you are the Beast Bowl shit cunt, you get the favourite. If you win the Beast Bowl matchup and aren't the Beast Bowl shit cunt, you get the second favourite, and so forth, all the way up. That's how it works. Whoever finishes 10th gets 3rd favourite, 9th gets 4th favourite, 8th gets 5th favourite, 7th gets the 6th favourite.
Is that how Matt has interpreted the rule change? Because the rule change was 100% meant to be that you pick, not you're just assigned the favourite or the 3rd favourite.
I'm just going what's in the rule book, mate. We all ticked off. So, and that's what it says in there.
I didn't tick off anything because I don't read the work of racists.
If you don't complain about it, then it's ticked off as far as I'm concerned, mate. Silence is violence, mate. Okay? So that's how it's going to work.
Okay, so yes, I'll get very loud right now about Matt. You have 12 hours as of time of recording to relinquish yours or someone else's spot in the playoffs, or you're getting fired. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be his. Maybe he can come to an agreement with Aaron. Maybe he just strong-arm someone else because Matt is the commissioner. Yeah. I don't know. Frankly, I don't care.
What's some dictator behaviour? Okay, I get it. Okay.
Yeah, just do your job. But you got to pick between a spot in the playoffs or your job. And, as someone with a loving partner that expects you to have a reasonable income and not be viewed as a Nazi and a racist by the wider legal community within Adelaide, I'm sure that Ali would prefer that you just do what I'm asking.
And the thing is, you can't even join Uber Eats at the moment because they've stopped sign-ups, mate. So if you get shunned by the law community, you can only do Uber Eats on a scooter. So, you got to think about that too, mate. The jobs that are out there, especially if you get shunned by the law community.
Hold on. You're saying that we could see Matt on a scooter
delivering in the city as well.
Okay. New plan. Matt, let me in the playoffs. I'm gonna get you fired regardless of what you do, just because I want to see that.
So yeah, with a car, you can't sign up with Uber Eats in Adelaide anymore. Only on a scooter or a bicycle.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you got to think about your future with your cougar missus, mate, because she's older than you, as I found out yesterday for the first time.
I don't think that's what a cougar is, really.
She's older. She's a cougar, technically. That's how I see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's. I'm gonna stay away from that one because
you're a pussy. Yep.
No, because Ali is lovely, and
I just met her, so I'm just being neutral right now.
Okay, here's the thing, because what you said was not at all in any way neutral.
Yeah, it was neutral. She's older than him, so she's a cougar. That's being very neutral.
Moving on. So we did do tips.
Yeah, did we? All right, let's get into that.
Yeah. So you tipped yourself to beat me. Now you did win, but you also cheated, so I'm unsure if we give you a win or a lose there.
How did I cheat?
Well, you won, so you must have
Oh.
cheated.
Yeah, I get that, but fuck you anyway.
You must have cheated. It's the only plausible way.
Yeah. How the hell did the team shoot 52%, you asshole? Cheat.
Yeah. Too many steals, too many stats. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well done. So you got that one right. We both tipped Shaky. We both tipped Richo, which was wrong. You tipped Aaron. I tipped Simo. So you're on 3. I'm on 1 there. But you tipped Matt and I tipped Serge. So I got the Salvati tip correct. And then we both tipped Crouch. So for the week, I was on 3. You were on 4.
You're the winner.
Well, it does because I'm on 71.
Yeah.
And you're on 68.
Yeah.
Now we had our arrangement that the loser would buy a carton draft day.
That's fine.
We can probably extend this into playoffs if you'd like to. Double or nothing.
I like to just stick with what we agreed upon contractually. Because I can't make up 3 points in the playoffs, I don't think. I'd have to make it up this week.
Well, there'll be the playoffs. You can include the playoffs as well.
There'll
be four matchups this week and next week, and then 2.
I'm happy just to pay the 1 carton. We can still do tipping for bragging rights if you want, but I'm happy just to pay the 1.
All right.
Because I'm a coward.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm a coward too.
Yeah.
So
we can still do some tips for fun.
We'll absolutely do some tips for fun. And
congratulations, mate. You won the tipping and I made the playoffs. So
I know which one I'd prefer.
I told you I'd lose the tipping anyway. So
yeah, okay. So the
matchups for next week.
Well, before we go into the matchups for next week, I believe we should just work out what we're going to be tipping for here, and possibly for some draft day cigars or bags.
Some mixed lollies.
Yeah, mixed lollies, Marcus. Yes, of course.
Look, I don't really care, bro. To be honest, something fun.
Oh, shots or cigars?
Should I? Yeah, I'll just do some shots. Just do 3 shots.
Yeah. Okay. Post draft though.
I'm not drafting until like pick fucking 98. So it's just irrelevant how drunk I get.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Same.
So shots is way, and I don't smoke cigars. So I'm happy to trade you your 3 shots for a cigar if you wanted to.
Okay, I'd like a cigar.
Yeah. So if I lose, I buy you a cigar. If you lose, you have 3 shots.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's perfect. Sounds good. All right. So we believe that we have an idea of what the
we can
playoff.
Base it on what we believe, because Brain's fucking is it actually in the rule books? Has he got it in the rule box?
I'm not going to bother to open up and read that now.
I'm gonna have a look. You can stall for a minute. Stall away, bro.
Okay.
Talk some shit about something. As long as you want to bag someone.
Okay, well, we can simply start with the playoffs.
Yeah, well, we know what playoffs are, so we can do that. So
we have a bye, for the first for Matt and Christopher.
Yeah, well done. Okay.
And so we've got 4 versus 5.
Is it? 4 versus 5. This is
James versus Aaron in a rematch for the ages.
KD's back.
Well, we're expecting him back either tomorrow or maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
Or maybe Wednesday.
That makes a big difference. I'm not going to lie to you.
Makes a huge difference. But yeah, I don't know how many games they have. But if KD plays 1 game, looking how close it was, you'd expect James to win that.
So no one chooses in the playoffs, by the way. Top seed,
no one chooses.
Only choose their second round opponent from the winner of the first round matches.
Okay. So
does that mean that winner out of 7? So then it should be set. Oh, yeah, that makes no sense to me, by the way. But what's written here: top 2 seeds, bottom 2 seeds in each bracket have the bye. Top seed players, playoffs only, chooses the second round, like I just said, and then playoff structure mirrors the playoffs. So that
Yeah,
means
so
7, 10, 8, 9, right?
yeah, that's what that
Okay.
means.
But then what happens in round 2?
It would be just the standard
Oh, the two
where
winners,
it
two
would
winners
go.
are safe, and the two losers play 11 and 12, right?
Yeah, so the higher,
Yeah.
so the higher seed winner, the higher seed loser would play 12, I assume.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, so we know. So we got it confirmed.
Yeah.
Just read the rule. That's what they're there for. So that would mean
Alright,
that
so-
it's Crouch versus Shaky and you versus Strobes in the playoffs this week.
Yeah. So who are you tipping out of?
I'm gonna go
Simo
Simo.
and Aaron. You going Simo?
I think Katie will be back he'll be back early in the week. So I think Katie makes a big difference. Obviously, Cat's not coming back. Aaron's pretty much showed his cards. And I think Simo and Katie is a different team.
I'm just gonna be different and go Aaron.
Look,
there's no reason other than just to be different.
Games. They're definitely 50-50 games. Like
Yeah.
it can happen either way, you know.
All right. So we've got yourself versus Richardson.
Oh, I've got to pick myself. As in the rules.
You're
no
allowed to pick Richo this week if you
want. There's no cursing in the playoffs, man. I'm going to pick myself. I honestly believe I can make the final.
I'm going to pick you too. Richo without Zion.
Yeah, look, I'm not scared of Richo without Zion, but it is Richo, and you're just scared of the fact that he knows how to win with nothing. So it's still going to be tough.
Crouch versus Shaky.
Look, I think Shaky wins this, mate.
You think Shaky wins this?
Yeah.
I'm 100% in on Crouch here. I don't think Crouch wants a bar of going back to the baseball, and I think Shaky would absolutely love to improve his horse.
Now that I've tipped Shaky, it kind of makes me check his team every day, right?
Sure. I'm tipping Crouch. And so the last matchup is me versus Marcus.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So I would tip myself regardless of the rules. And yeah.
Strobes only beats Richo, so you're fine.
He did beat me earlier in the year.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but there was circumstances surrounding
Can you imagine the shitstorm if he beats you though?
You'd have to tell me about it because I would not be looking at the chat.
I'll tell you about it, mate. That's why we have this. Don't worry. That's what I'm here for, to remind you.
You just remind me that I don't even know what. Okay,
it's
so
exciting times, mate. I'm excited. I'm sorry I can't be miserable with you. One of us was always going to be sad, and one of us was always going to be happy today.
I'm looking forward to my cart and the pineapple cruises that I'm receiving for winning the tipping competition on draft day.
That's fine. They'll be sugar free, so I can drink them with you.
Yep, as long as they're pineapple, I don't care.
That's fine with me, mate. Look, so
we have anything else to cover?
Should we do a final and Beast Bowl guessing game from the start?
Oh, so predictions from now.
Predict the final two contestants, and predict the playoff, the Beast Bowl contestants. Two of them.
Okay, sure, that's easy. The baseball.
Baker, and then it's tough after that. I'm going to go Baker and Buddha.
I think Baker and Buddha is the obvious.
Yeah, it is, but I'm going to stick with the obvious. The outside chance of Strobes.
I guess I can't pick the same as you just because that would again be boring.
It would be boring.
I'm
happy to go Strobes instead of Buddha if you want to go Buddha.
No, you've that's fine. I'll throw Shaky in there.
Oh fuck it, he's gonna have to take his way there. I just can't see it.
Secretly hoping he does because I believe if he gets there, it'll be off the back of some obviously like.
So there'll be
I don't care about fantasy basketball this year. Shit.
Yeah.
and Matt might actually have to finally do something.
Yeah, finally punish the bastard.
Yeah.
So the final.
The final.
I'm not going to go obvious with this.
Go on.
I'm not. Now, this is hard to predict because Brain gets to pick his matchup, right?
Yes.
So we don't know what he's going to pick. But let's just say let's just base it on he picks me, right? If I win this week, I still think he makes the final. As much as I'm confident of making the final, if I have the right weeks. And Giannis's knee isn't that bad. He has got injuries though, so Serge did prove how you beat Bahrain. Just make sure Bahrain has injuries.
Yes, that's solid strategy there.
I think Serge chokes still. He didn't trade Chet. He doesn't deserve to make the final. So I'm not going to pick Serge. So I'm going to go with Bahrain and it's down to similar Aaron, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Can't do that. I want a new winner. I want someone who hasn't won it, but I know Serge deserves to choke.
You've said that, yeah. You've said that the entire side of the bracket is not.
I'm going
is
to
not
go,
winning.
Fuck, man. I'll go Aaron.
Matt versus Aaron.
Yeah.
And who's winning? Go pick a winner.
Matt.
Okay.
I've said from day one, Matt's not the best team.
So let's just back up. I assume that you have Baker as the one getting punished at the end of the year.
Oh, yeah.
As I do. We're both picking that.
The way I see it, if you fucking lose to Baker in the Beast Bowl, you deserve to cop about 5 punishments.
Yeah, Baker's going completely winless. Okay, I'm going to go really different to you. I'm picking a Salvati versus Berger final.
Oh, why not? I don't mind
I'm picking you to win.
Yes. Fuck you, Serge. I told you, fuck you, mate. Look at that, eh?
Look, I will feel much better about missing.
If you miss to the win, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Look,
yeah. You had a crazy week this week.
This league doesn't want me winning. I'll tell you that right.
Yeah. Well, good, because I just want anyone that hasn't won before, so that Buddha can shut the fuck up for a minute.
I think if we did a poll of who they would not want to win the league, I would be easily number 1.
I'd give you a pretty good run for your money.
Yeah, we'd be up there, but I'll top you because I'm just a bit extra, you know. Imagine the video, bro.
Matt and Richo do regularly call me loud and obnoxious.
Yeah.
So
we can happily do that poll and find out.
Well, look, it doesn't matter now, does it? But
out of the top 6,
we can do the poll of the top. Oh, easily with the top 6, it's you, no question.
I'm fucking if I ever win this league, boys, and you think I've been bad now, I will show you next level shit. All right. I would
like to remind you that you did leave the league 2 weeks ago. So if there was ever an asterisk on the trophy,
I officially didn't leave. Bahrain gave me a call off period when I spoke to him.
You left the league for 2 days, Ben.
Officially, I left the league, yes, but Bahrain did give me a call off period. Which I'm glad he did. Imagine that. Imagine I left the league and then come back and win it. That would be an uprising.
That would. All right. What do we got left here?
I don't know if we got much left. Is there anything you want to talk about? Nothing crazy. Look, I rip into you about having probably 2 of the 5 best fantasy players for the year and not making the playoffs.
What do you mean? Probably. Like objectively,
Are they still best 5? I don't know why they lump.
Yeah, no, they very much are. So
there's something for.
That's cool.
I've been pretty friendly. I had to give you crap about having 2 of the top 5 and fantasy players this year and not making the playoffs, mate.
Just for the record, just while you're on that, just for the record, Crouch also has 2 of the top 5, or for most of the year, they were in the top 5.
Embiid on per game value, but we do total game value here. Total game value, it's Shea number 1, number 5, and then Tatum, Doncic, and Embiid. So he's got 1 of the top 5.
So I'm talking about per game.
It was his 6th. No, because per game is not how we run fantasy, bro. It's total. That's how we win. Total is what we judge our rookie keepers on, so it's what we judge everything on. We be consistent here because we have integrity. Okay. So yes, you both have 2 of the top 6. Okay. You both do. You got 4 of the top 6, and you missed out on playoffs. That's pretty fucking
Crouch.
I've also got to give you shit about Fred costing you this matchup after you trading your first round pick for him. Because that's fucking glorious. It's glorious.
He's won me matchups. He's won me more than he's cost me.
It's still glorious, mate. And I have to give you shit about it because you bagged me about me getting Fred halfway through the season when I was talking about Fred for when Siakam got traded. So I just had to be a little bit non-friendly at the end. Yeah.
That was very rude. All right. Well, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it there. We may or may not be back next week. We'll see if I can be bothered.
We'll be back, mate. We'll be back. Look, I'll be back, guys.
Okay. Yeah. Ben will be back.
Even if I lose,
I'm still deciding.
It should be a good week. I'm going to start off the banter pretty quick tonight with Richo as well. Get into that.
Richo's I believe he's flying out on Tuesday. Richo's actually going to a wedding in Thailand.
Yeah, that's great. Just forget to set your team, mate. That'd be nice.
So yeah, you're a good hope there. Obviously, there will be no him asking Matt to take care of his lineup adjustments. That's just not on.
It doesn't happen in the playoffs, mate.
Yeah. So
that's what we didn't. Sorry, a reminder, guys, that there's no players that get put on in the playoffs or playoffs. So if you don't set your lineup, unfucking lucky. There's no glitches, nothing. Don't leave it to the last minute.
Well, apparently that rule's already been in place for a couple of weeks. If you remember the debacle that Matt. Yeah, remember he shaky asked for Jalen Duren put on. I said yes, and then Matt didn't do it.
I totally
affected the entire matchup.
I totally forgot about that stretch. Bigger stretcher than when Tony Lockett got fucking put on one, mate.
It affected. It changed. It changed.
But I just need to we've got to be good podcast people and remind everybody that you don't get players on. So set your lineups, okay? Especially
fuck everyone. See you in a week.
Can't wait for playoffs. Hopefully I'll cause some chaos.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck in there, man. I'm rooting for you. I actually genuinely am rooting for you.
Thanks, mate. I would be rooting for you too. The feeling's very mutual.
Yeah, fuck you.
We have been shit for so long. We need to look after each other. You're
making me hate you. Shut the fuck up. We're gonna go. And we'll...
Can't wait. It's gonna be a good week.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for listening this week, guys. We'll be back.
I need some more of your players to die. That would be great. Even though 2 are dead already. I'm so happy I got Richard.